I have a question. How long has Kelly Rowland had what seems to be extremely low self-esteem? I know she's admitted to self-confidence issues in the past and her trying to cope with always being seen as quote-unquote second best. But when has her self-esteem gotten to be this low? The reason I ask is because we know that she and Beyonce have always been best friends and almost like sisters. She's always played the background for Bey, and with all her great talents and achievements of her own, she seems to always make herself small for Beyonce. And when I say small, I mean literally. Last night, Tina Knowles, and of course Beyonce was at Kamala Harris's speaking convention. And Kelly came out in this extremely oversized suit that literally looks like it came out of Steve Harvey's old closet, while Beyonce looked better put together and fitted. Some have even said that Kelly was giving Gomez Adams while Bey was giving Morticia. And if that wasn't bad enough, Kelly's confidence looked shrunken as usual, as she was basically Bey's hype man. She literally plays the role of a lapdog for Beyonce and the Knowles family. She's at every single thing that Beyonce does, while the same can't be said for her. I actually respect Michelle Williams for not attending because at least she shows she has some kind of identity outside of being one of Beyonce's footstools. But Kelly is literally making herself small on behalf of Beyonce. I remember earlier this year during the press run for her movie, Mea Culpa, it seemed that she was actually trying to get a backbone when she didn't allow questions to be asked about Beyonce or their relationship or anything concerning the Knowles. It seemed she finally was putting herself first and standing up for herself.
Understanding that Renaissance 2 may or may not be country-based. And then there's a rumor going around that Renaissance 3 may be either rock-based or a DC reunion.
That is her business to talk about.
Damn it, woman.
No, but just ask them. I'm here talking about Mea Culpa.
Okay,
On February 23rd, and that's what I'm most excited about right now.
Talking about new music, all the talk this week has been about Beyonce's new album. Have you heard it yet? Have you had an opportunity to give some thoughts on the whole thing?
I sure have. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Really different though, right?
Yes, really different.
But
getting back to what I'm here to talk about,
yeah.
Claritin, I'm very excited to be teaming up with Claritin.
But it seems that she's become the faithful support dog again, and it's a horrible look for someone who has so much talent. I've also noticed that all the girls, except for Beyonce, of course, all have low self-esteem or self-confidence that they're still struggling with to this day. All from their time in Destiny's Child, they seem to not really have confidence because they'd been so torn down by the adults, managers, and parents of the star. There's a history of Kelly not really standing up for herself when it comes to the Knowles.
I'm the second lead vocalist of the group. What's Javier?
Kelly and Beyonce and I became friends, and when push came to shove, I was able to sing and dance, and God just put me in the right place at the right time.
I saw Latavia in the mall one day, but let's cut that over. Don't say her name. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 'Cause there's no tea. If I were queen for a day, everything would be free. Everything would be free. You get kicked out.
As her friend and sister, and then you get on the stage together, I'm sure some of that that's what the chemistry and the energy and also having somebody that's that close to you that's that good.
Yes. I mean, that's how we grow.
Naturally, but also driven and work ethic. That has to.
Yes.
I mean, you're driven too, but I'm just saying that
hers,
energy.
Hers is different.
It's different, right?
It's different. It's like another whole beast. And it's so funny because her being that focused in that space made me come up in another space that I'm just as excited about in. So I'm like, oh, I have to pay attention to that much detail. I watch the way she works. It's so incredibly intricate. Mm-hmm. It's something that you're born with. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
And it's a really dope focus, and it's one of the many reasons that makes her so fucking dope.
Yes, but what makes you so fucking dope, and I think what makes people fall in love with you is watching you guys as kids, when you're standing next to someone that has that type of drive and that type of work ethic, and it's that bright. Not many people could be as comfortable and secure and have their own light as gracefully as you have done.
Thank you.
You have to know that, right? People have said that too.
I've never heard it like that, and that is the biggest compliment, and I really appreciate it. And I'm finally comfortable and confident in that light. And I think before, as a kid, that's why I'm thanking you for that compliment, because before the kid, I think that sometimes you feel like, maybe I should, you know what I mean, sink a little, but you don't ever sink for anybody. You stand straight, you put your head and face forward, and you know exactly what you bring to the table. Because when you do, everybody else gets to, the light is bigger, the shine is bigger, you guys look better together. It's and it's one of the things I remember we were taught as kids, like, you know, we're stronger together. So it's awesome.
But my confidence was different back then. You couldn't tell me nothing. The one thing I knew I could do was sing. And I just wish I could get that confidence back. I would do anything to have that confidence back. And from there, like, I started being in the school plays and going out for the lead roles. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then somebody told me I was off. Once I started going to voice lessons and I became a part of DC, it wasn't your local talent show no more. This wasn't a stage play. This was real. You know what I mean?
And how old are you at this point?
I'm 12. I think, you know, to hear the other voices around me, and especially, I mean, we talking about B. I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that. Ain't how I sound. Does that mean I'm not good, or does that mean it's just different? Like,
right.
And you start questioning, because this isn't me watching Whitney on screen anymore.
Right.
This is someone in my face, and I'm hearing the power in her throat, and I'm going, whoa. I know our tones are different. We're never gonna sound the same, but like, I need to work on myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to work on myself.
Yeah.
And I think I had a moment of, wow, am I ever gonna be good enough? So I'm gonna play my position that I've been given in this, and take advantage of this opportunity. And the position I was given was soprano. So I just worked on that.
Right. You found your lane.
I found my lane in the group. I played my part, but I played that part for so long that I never really put the effort to make the other parts of my voice, like, to grow that. You know what I mean? Because I was so busy at sharpening the soprano. So I became insecure in anything else. And to even hear my voice stand alone, because I'm just here for the harmonies. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to play my part as a soprano in the harmony. The thought of hearing my voice alone again, or being a solo artist, was, oh my God, the anxiety.
When do you think you regain at least enough confidence to say, I can do this on my own?
That came later. I'm still fighting with that a little bit. People don't realize how the seeds that they plant, especially into children, the words that are said, even if said with love. And, you know, I think we got dropped from the label at one point. The rejection started early with us. After DC, I honestly didn't know what it was that I wanted to do. Everything was fun and all until I had to start performing live. It got real. I would have panic attacks in the bathroom. I was scared to go on stage. My voice would literally be shaking, like, to be out there alone by myself and not have my girls up there with me. You know, I didn't know how to play that off.
Even if none of this is true and she doesn't have low self-esteem, the optics are bad. It comes off that she is their faithful poodle and they run her. She should have distanced herself, at least publicly, to make a lane for herself. She tried to do that years ago when she did that EDM house music, and it was working out pretty well for her. But Kelly seems to also be a self-sabotager. So with all this being said, it's really sad that such a beautiful woman is okay with playing second fiddle for someone who doesn't really seem to return the favor. Hopefully one day Kelly will really truly know her worth, and that it's not standing behind someone else and dimming her light for others. Oh, and by the way, what's been up with B lately? She really does seem like a robot who needs a handler now. Hollyweird is really weird. So, lurkers, what do you think? Do you think Kelly is suffering with self-esteem or self-image issues? Do you think the Knowles are to blame? Do you think she should have made a lane for herself to stay out of B's shadow? Do you think there's something wrong with Beyonce now? Let me know down below.